Good morning, myself I'm R. Akshaya. I'm from CSIT branch and my ID is 21955833001. Today my tech talk concept is threads and implementation of multi-threading in Java. Let's get into the content. Introduction. Thread. A thread in the context of Java is the path followed when executing a program. It is a sequence of nested executed statements or method calls that allow multiple activities within a single process. All Java programs have at least one thread, known as the main thread, which is created by the Java Virtual Machine JVM at the program's start, when the main method is invoked with the main thread. Each thread comes within its own local variables, program counter, and stack, and is used to perform background processing that makes graphical user interface GUI application smoother. It does this by simplifying program logic, especially when multiple independent entities must run asynchronously. In Java, creating a thread is accomplished by implementing an interface and extending a class. Every Java thread is created and controlled by java.language.thread class. Like any essential program, a single thread is constituted by a sequence and a single point of execution during its runtime. Unlike a program, however, it does not run on its own, but it's run within the program. Since they share both data and code as they share the same address space, threads have advantage of the resources allocated for a program and are therefore much more lightweighted than processes. In fact, threads are sometimes called lightweight processes since they are also sequential flows of control. Their cost of intercommunication is usually quite low as well, and switching between them is much easier and quicker. In some texts, a thread is sometimes called execution context because it runs a code that works only within the context of a thread itself. Here we'll see the concept of multi-threading. Java is a multi-threaded programming language, which means we can develop multi-threading program using Java. Multi-threading is nothing but creating a number of threads simultaneously, that is multiple threads created in a particular class. A multi-threaded program contains two or more parts that can run concurrently and each part can handle a different task at the same time, making optimal use of the available resources, especially when your computer has multiple CPUs. By definition, multitasking is when multiprocessors share common processing resources such as a CPU. Multithreading extends the idea of multitasking into applications where you can subdivide specific operations within a single application into individual threads. Each of the threads can run in parallel. The operating system divides, that is OS, divides processing time not only among different applications but also among each thread within an application. Multithreading enables you to write in a way where multiple activities can proceed concurrently in the same program. Here in multithreading, we have a life cycle of a thread, which describes a new thread has been created. Under it, we have to run a program that is runnable. So we have to start there, and that is so called as runnable. And when we run the program for an output, we can see a statement called running. It is one of the stage of the life cycle of a thread where the execution of the program will be running. And then after the execution of the program, it gets to sleep and wait. That is so-called waiting. And after that, we can have a stage where dead will be the end of the thread or a program. It describes that there is no further statements or instructions for a program or a thread. From the running also, we can end the execution by directly jumping into the dead function. So we have two ways here by using waiting or directly dead stage. So this is a life cycle of a thread. A thread goes through various stages in its life cycle. For example, a thread is born, started, runs, and then dies. The following diagram shows the complete life cycle of a thread as already seen. Following are the stages of the life cycle. New. A new thread begins in its life cycle in a new state. It remains in its state until the program starts the thread. It is also referred to as a born thread. Runnable. After a new bond thread is started, the thread becomes runnable. A thread in this state is considered to be executing its task and then goes for waiting. Sometimes a thread transitions to be waiting state while the thread waits for another thread to perform a task. A thread transitions back to the runnable state only when another thread signals the waiting thread to continue executing. Timed waiting. A runnable thread can enter the timed waiting state for a specified interval of time. A thread in this state transitions back to runnable state when that time interval expires or when the event it is waiting for occurs. And then comes the terminated or dead stage of a life cycle of the thread, which is an end part of the life cycle of a thread. A runnable thread enters the terminated state when it completes its task or otherwise terminates. So here we can see to create a thread by implementing a runnable interface. So we have different interfaces like runnable and running and dead. So we have different stages. So here we've seen to create a thread by implementing a runnable interface. If your class is intended to be executed as a thread, then you can achieve this by implementing a runnable interface. You will need to follow 3 basic steps. Step 1. As a first step, you need to implement a run method provided by a runnable interface. This method provides an entry point for the thread and you will put your complete business logic inside this method. Following is a simple syntax of the run method, that is public void run with a brackets. Step 2. As a second step, you will initiate a thread object using the following constructor. That is thread in the brackets, runnable thread object, comma string thread name. So here we are describing the thread name, where thread object is an instance of a class that implements the runnable interface and thread name is the name given to the new thread. Step 3. Once a thread object is created, you can start it by calling start method, which executes all the call run statements method. Following is a simple syntax of start method, that is void start with the brackets. So here we'll see the example that creates a new thread and starts running it. Class runnable demo implements runnable. So here we have given a thread name as runnable demo and we've given it runnable demo and we have given the system output as creating thread name. So here we have created the thread name and here we made it running. And the program follows with some statements where running of the program is initiated. So here the program ends with a runnable thread, that is thread 1 and thread 2. Here the 2 threads have been developed. So one will be running and the other will be in the waiting list. So in the output, we've got some threads like creating thread 1 and starting thread 1 as soon as the thread 1 has been created. And we have created another thread called thread 2 and we have started the thread 2 also. So first, after creating and starting, we have running the thread 1. So here the thread will be running as a first thread. And then the execution of the first thread has been completed. Then we are running the thread 2. So which as follows: thread 2 and 1, 2, 1 with a 3 and 2. At the last, all the running instructions have been finished. Runnable instructions are also been finished in the program. And then comes the thread 1 exiting and thread 2 exiting, which also we can return as dead of the thread 1 and 2. And the program ends here. Thank you.